Welcome, everyone, to the Las Vegas Open here in Las Vegas, Nevada. William Stewart, Sean Green next to me as we get underway with our cricket coverage. We're going to kick you off with, how about Patrick Keithy taking on Jake or Jacob Womack, whatever you consider it, whatever he's going with today. We'll rock with it. We'll roll with it. We're ready for some cricket, aren't we?
Yeah, it's going to be a great battle between two very good players. Patrick Keithy, one of those players that is just so under the radar when he comes to these events, and then he always shows up and shows out, does extremely well. He took out Norman Madu in the last round, Stormin Norman, the Guyana's #1 player. And now he gets the Evolution Tour God from 2019 and Jake Womack.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup here. But Patrick actually did make a run last year in the ADO 501, if I'm not mistaken. He lost to Joey Lanaw there in that one. So, he's a savvy veteran, and man, he has a pretty good toll on him to get to these events because he's a semi-driver and he kind of works the schedule around that. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and Jacob Womack from Colorado is here with some friends and family, I believe. As you can see, Angelo DiGiulio is coming up on stage. He's going to mark this match.
Hey, you got to love that. A CDC marker stepping up to the task here.
And it is cricket, so he's going to have to pay attention a little bit better.
Oh, you certainly will.
Hey, it's cricket time.
There you go, Keegan. Got to love that. And we are underway, folks. We did we usually let the first round or two round progress here just to let everybody get a match in and make sure there's no problems or issues. But we did have an issue connecting to some of our socials there, so we do apologize for the refresh if you saw that on YouTube. Normally something we don't do, but, hey, we had to this time.
Yeah, we always apologize for those inconveniences that we really can't do a whole lot of stuff about when it happens, because it's always technology just like, what? I'm not going to do that, but you just did that. Will, over-under amount of booms this evening throughout this cricket event?
I'm hoping none. I'm hoping we kind of work the booms out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to do that to you, buddy. I don't know, man.
That's tough, right?
There's going to be an awful lot.
Are there?
I think we see at least 10 plus. No, that's strong, man. That's strong, but I think we could see 10. We could see 10.
I'm curious how many matches total we're going to get this evening,
and
right?
That's the ultimate question. How many matches do we get?
It's only a race to 2.
The final is a race to 3.
Okay.
So they do bump it up for the final. But, I mean, we did see what last year's finals brought with Robbie Mills and Brandon Perez, who put on some really good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see this follow-through from Patrick Keithy. Sometimes it's just mind-boggling when it works. Well, speak of the devil and he shall appear. Boom goes the dynamite. Patrick Keithy with the first one. And I'm going to say over under 18.
Yeah, we're going to get – yeah. I kind of doubled – I was like, man, are we going to get – and I was like, that's stupid. We're going to get way more than that.
You said, I think it's going to be a big number, 10, which is just – it's like reminiscent of CSC.
It is.
Week 1.
Because, well, that's the thing. You don't know how many matches are getting thrown at you.
Which is honestly the actual dynamic there.
Exactly. And, we're men and women here.
Yep.
This is both brackets going at the same time. So we have seen a pretty good mix of both, and I assume we'll continue on with that trend. But Patrick has the wedges in his favor.
Yeah, and you see him. He's going right at the bowls. It does point the last one, and mightily, might I add. So now all Womack has to work with is the bowl. He's going to fall out into some numbers, but that's not going to be super helpful.
Oh, man, just above this match is Jake McMillan, Albert Anstie. Mm-hmm. What a battle of Canada there.
Yeah, legendary player in Albert Anstie. His son's here as well. And then, of course, you have Jake McMillan, Captain Canada. All right. They're getting started here in leg number 2. It does look like it's alternate start. Off the diddle. And 4 20s from Womack to get us started. Or not alternate start, but it could be loser start. Trying to remember who went first in the first leg.
Right. That's the toughest task there.
Like, we definitely, on the flyer, we get all of the information on the events as far as how it rolls, the format for all the WDF stuff. When it comes to this race to 2, these outside the WDF realm tournaments, it ends up being interesting.
Man, I don't know why it keeps switching to the men's on me, but I think the women's are actually already in the top 32, it looks like, most of those matches.
Yeah, there were 381 men who signed up.
Wow.
And
we had a pretty impressive amount of ladies, too, if I'm not mistaken.
131.
That's not bad.
No.
In comparison, I mean, usually overseas you're looking at a more of a 75, 80% to 20% range, and I think we've kind of surpassed that one for sure. Well, Jacob trying to eyeball these 17s, and
they get 4 or 2.
I think it's only 2. Yep, only 2 on the board. So, Keithy, if you fancy attack here, at least a triple.
Well, I just realized how fun this is. You and I are known for working together commentary-wise on just the CSC, so all that cricket, soft tip, and now we get cricket steel tip.
And that's why I was kind of misjudging on the 9 marks too. I mean, you sometimes tend to forget just how difficult that steel tip board can be at times. I mean, you look at a 5 mark, that's kind of your high here. Most of the time, you don't see many 5+ averages in a cricket. I mean, we'll see probably a handful for this tournament.
I hope so.
Actually, that's a good question as to how many we've had already on the 5+. Granted, we have a really good list of players here, both from North America as well as internationally.
Yes. Yeah, a couple of former PDC players. At least one current.
We had a 5-2-1 from Jeff Smith in the top 128. Phew. That's heat, isn't it?
Yeah, and he has the highest average so far in the tournament of 4.39. His miss percentage is only 8.6%.
Whew. That's dangerous.
Stupid.
Yeah, and we don't have anybody else that has thrown a 5+, it looks like. So, yeah, I mean, that just shows you how difficult that task really can be.
Oh, Jacob Womack does take out leg number 2. It's a 1-1 score line. So we go to a last leg decider. Where it is just loser starts, it looks like. Or alternate. I don't know if it's alternate start or loser starts. Still, I can't remember if Kithy went first in the first leg.
It'll be alternate, I would imagine. I don't think they would do loser start here in this format.
I mean, I would hope not. I love this. We talked to Danny Young out there earlier, young up and coming player from the Texas area, from Dallas, I believe. And he's like, man, I threw terrible this morning. I don't even know why I'm here. And he's the 7th highest average in cricket with a 4.11. Just funny. My, how the turntables. And speaking of turntables, we're going to turn this commentary booth around as I'm joined by young buck Nick Dirachi Teixeira.
And I'm taking the over on the booms. Give me the over.
Yeah, over 18.
I will take that, as I'm looking forward to seeing some cricket, a little bit of change of pace, and one of those events that you just see sometimes these brilliant or not so brilliant strategies where they're beautiful and sometimes ugly heads.
Let's talk about that, right? We have a lot of international players in the field, and that's where the strategy becomes a little bit interesting from time to time.
The difference, too, is these international players, a lot of them sometimes will do their research and watch other high-level matches on the steel board for cricket to kind of really get dialed in. But when you're actually up at the board throwing in the moment, you're going off instincts. If you take too long to start thinking about where each one of your darts goes, it's like players not knowing their math in 01. You're just going to break your own rhythm.
You're 100% correct. The difference is that there's a lot of players that don't know to not follow, and with the points and all of that, they're going to figure it out real quick in this tournament, because eventually they always do. But it always takes a little bit of time.
That being said here, this is a pretty chalk matchup as it comes between these two players. Not much separating them. Womack pretty well known on the CDC tour nowadays.
Yep, multiple winner on the CDC tour. And, of course, the Evolution Tour God from 2019, where he won every single tournament that year in the Evolution Tour, never losing a final by less than 2 legs separation.
I do love with Patrick's throw, he actually does have a proper follow through, but as soon as that dart leaves and just gets in front of his hand, that's when it goes out to the left. You kind of see his arm pull way over. It almost looks like he's doing a little bit of voodoo magic trying to make the dart go, but it's after it's already gone well off his hand. Leads to a unique follow through motion.
Yes, it does.
That one was more traditional. Sometimes he just sends it away with his hand.
Yeah, it depends on what he's shooting at a lot of times.
There it is.
Yep. Oh, yeah, there it was. Fires it straight over to the left.
Jack Wagon, hello. I meant to read the comment prior, though. Brett saying, what time the festivities start tomorrow? I believe the youth event starts at 8 a.m. That'll be the first event on the day. I assume we'll go live somewhere around 10 or 11 if I had to guess, but our producer's not here, so we'll just say we go live when you get that notification. If you're not sure when that notification comes through, hit that bell.
Yeah, pretty much the answer is we go live when Will tells us we're going to go live.
We're here so we don't get fined. He's probably listening to us while walking to go take care of something, adjusting the cables or whatever he does when he's not here.
All those very important things that seem minor but really aren't. We can just talk about it real quick. The stage is a little bit wobbly when the players are walking on it. It is causing the little shake that you might see on the board from time to time. We apologize for that. If we could work on gravity and make that part of our solutions, like Isaac Newton, we would do so. But unfortunately, we can't. And so we're going to shake, 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 shake that board just a little bit every once in a while.
Back to the match. Jake Womack only needing 2 bowls on the win here, and Patrick not able to do much. He's fighting really hard, though. Finds 4 on the turn to just ask the question, hey, if you don't hit, I might have a game shot.
And that first start.
Needs one more.
Oh, and he doesn't, but he falls into a 19, which is actually huge because it adds an extra bowl. So now Chiffy needs 3.
It's a lot harder of an ask here. But, I mean, he just hit 4 in the previous go. If he can replicate that start of the turn, he'll be just fine.
Well, there's
Finds
the 2.
The double. Give him another.
He's at 362. Needs one more to get that point lead. Oh, he falls out into the 19.
And you have to stay on the bull. You can't go for the 19 close. Does find a single on the last.
So Womack, for the match, needs a single 19 and a bull. Gets a triple 19. Bullseye. And there it is. Jake Womack does defeat Patrick Keithy, who was laughing like that's how he is.
A full grin there,
Yeah.
as that was an excellent start to our cricket coverage here. I actually did see another comment I wanted to address real quick. What's the preferred viewing experience, Facebook, YouTube? Well, it's up to you guys to choose the platform you like watching the best on. I will always say, go over to our YouTube, USA Darts, and give us a follow there. It usually has the highest quality and the least amount of issues because it's a video streaming service first, while Facebook's a social media service first.
Yep.
So that's always my recommendation because that's where you also get all the notifications for this weekend's action. We're looking forward to seeing more and more great darts here on our main board. Sean, we're in for some fun, buddy.
It's going to be a great evening of singles cricket, both on the men's and women's side of things. And I am looking forward to it. Our next match that we should already know pretty much what's coming up on our streaming board.
They're going to be getting that set up in a quick moment here.
So we'll have that answer when we have that answer. Until then,
that's how answers work.
We'll be back with more coverage from the Las Vegas Open singles cricket right after this.
Right after this.
Let me tell you about A to Z Darts. We're a specialty dart store with over 10,000 different products. We create in-depth videos and blogs to help improve your game and showcase our products. We give helpful advice on how to practice darts, the fundamentals of form and mechanics, and how to make better decisions when purchasing your darting equipment. Whether you're brand new or a seasoned player, we try to provide fun and informative content. I'm Jen, the creative director for A to Z Darts. I've been playing for over 10 years, and I've traveled the world competing in and promoting the sport. This is Will. He runs our live streaming company, USA Darts, and travels the globe as well to broadcast major darting events and interview PDC players alike. You'll find over 2,000 different sets of darts on our website. Guessing right now you're pretty interested in our resources? Learn about form, throwing mechanics, practice routines, scoring and grouping, checkout methods, cricket strategy, and much more. Visit a-zdarts.com to take advantage of our blog or follow us on social media at AZDarts today.
What is the purpose of the Vertex stand? This product is made by Winmore, and they have solved 3 different problems. Number 1, when you don't want to permanently mount a dartboard. Number 2, when you can't drill into your walls. And number 3, when you want to travel with a dartboard. Not everyone wants a dartboard permanently mounted into a wall. Perhaps you just want to bust out the dartboard occasionally to entertain friends or family. The Vertex stand is perfect because you don't drill into the wall, you simply lean it against a flat surface. This is easily the most convenient product I've ever seen that you can set up or tear down super fast for portability. In minutes, you can have everything packed and ready to go with you for your next darts tournament or a friend's house or even camping. You can lean this bad boy up against a tree. On top of all of that, I love the idea of being able to easily travel with a dartboard. This thing is awesome. I was given it just to review, but believe me when I say it is not going back to A to Z Darts. They can try to pry it out of my hands.
So today we're going to learn how to throw a dart. In each turn of darts, you get 3 darts to throw. So with all 3 darts in your non-throwing hand, step up to the toe line. If you're right-handed, put your right foot on the line. Lefties, left foot. This isn't baseball, so you want the same foot forward as your throwing arm, not the opposite. Usually the toe line is set so that your foot will be right up to the front edge of the line, not behind it. This toe line is also known as the Aki. The position of your front foot is usually at an angle to the line, to some degree. Your back foot should be a little bit wider than shoulder width away from the front. Put 1 dart in your throwing hand while holding on to the other 2 darts in your other hand. Looking at the dartboard, focus in on a spot you want to hit. To start, let's look right at the bullseye. As you stare at your target, lean forward, bring the dart up and draw it back towards your eye. Throw the dart by moving your hand and forearm towards your target, keeping everything else as still as possible. Hold your position while transferring the second dart to your throwing hand and repeat your throw. Once you've thrown all 3 darts, your turn is complete and you can retrieve your darts from the board. And yes, it will take some practice to get the dart to go where you're aiming. It's not as easy as the pros make it look. But with practice, I guarantee your accuracy will get better And I tell you, there's nothing better than having 3 darts go exactly where you wanted them to. If you've already been throwing darts and have had success with something slightly different than what I've just explained, great, fantastic. As long as it works for you, no problem. Just keep in mind that any extra movement in your throw will make it harder for you to hit your target consistently. As a beginner, just try to get all 3 darts to land in the same area. As you build your confidence, you can narrow down your target, getting all 3 darts to land in one number, say, like the 20s.
Welcome back to the 46th Annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open, live at the Tuscany Suites and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Sean Green, joined by my partner in comms, Nick Darachi Teixeira, and we have a singles cricket on the women's side of things getting rolling. Tammy Kelly, who is a fantastic player who's played really well today, is taking on the U.S. #1 and Andrea Taylor.
And Andrea went on quite the run, didn't she? I mean, we saw her play well, getting to a semifinals appearance there, but falling short to Asia Jalbert, and then Asia going on to win the event as well. So if you're going to lose to the champ. That's always the advice I give.
My advice is never to lose, but that's fine.
You don't typically take your own advice then, Sean.
No, I don't. I try to. It just doesn't work out that way. Well, listen, Dart Connect bracket has been very, very frustrating as far as like it's switching to the wrong thing. However, now that it's on the right thing, Andrea Taylor, Tammy Kelly is here in the top 16. This is one of our top 16 bouts.
You know, this should be good showing from both these players here, and Tammy early on showing some comfortability. It's going to be a question of the shot selection here, I think, more than anything else, because right there you saw playing a little bit aggressive, going right at those 18s, trying to go for the grab. I want to see a little bit more of conservatism across the board here. If you're going to win in a race-to-2 format, you're going to win based off having the better shot selection and then hitting those big rounds every now and again.
Yeah, so in a race-to-2, you would prefer more of a standardized format?
Standardized
strategy.
Yeah, so like again, defending your high ground stuff that you've heard us say millions and millions and millions of times. When you're playing a longer format, you take bigger risk.
I like that. It's hard to argue with any of your logic there.
Usually, you can't argue with any of my logic, Sean.
That's not usually. See?
It's all the time.
All right, Andrea going to step up. She has an 8-point lead. It might be a situation where she goes at the 20s just to get rid of that high ground. Yeah, now she can't. She has to go back into the ones again. We'll take it.
I don't mind the switch back at the last. At least it makes Tammy here have to hit 2 singles before having the opponent lead. Now with the point lead, can go right those 18s. Closes immediately. Is just racing along the dartboard and then back to the 20s for a little extra coverage.
Great 6
Love
mark.
the shot.
And Andrea Taylor back up against the wall here in leg #1. Race to 2, singles cricket.
Yeah, but still within one big shot to try to close that distance down. The further you get in the bracket, the more likely that your opponent is just capable of hitting a 9 mark whenever they really command it to show its head. You always have to kind of factor that into your own shot selection here. Occasionally also taking those moments when you're talking steel version of cricket to take the 3 big singles on the close. Yes, closing in one's great. Missing and then hitting 2 singles does nothing.
All those are great points from Nick Darachi Teixeira.
I love when you keep telling me I'm smart.
Hey, Tammy Kelly has the 11th highest average on out of the women so far today. Andrea Taylor, the 3rd highest average. And the difference is 0.4 in the MPR, which is quite a deal. But right now in leg #1, Tammy Kelly in the driver's seat.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoying watching Tammy's throw so far. Lots of positives in it, and it seems to be producing results. Tammy here should just try to collect that single 16. Can move right to the 15 if they so please. Does go up for a little bit extra protection on the 20s. Absolutely love that, knowing that they're within 22 points. Pushes off just a little bit more, makes the shot a little bit harder, but doesn't make it impossible. A 9 mark here for Taylor to have advantage going into the Bulls. Starts with a triple 15. Oh, needed that one to go in to get a shot at the 20. Still a Valorant effort.
Yeah, because now Tammy's got one job to do. It's close the 15s. Stay in that driver's seat. It's always tough to do some of the easy tasks, but not tough for Tammy.
Like I said, lots of positives with her throw. I'm really a fan of just how she conducts it through and through.
Yeah, I will tell you, it was Garfinkel who introduced me to Tammy Kelly, which is a sign of good things out of a person when it's Dave Garfinkel introducing you.
Taylor there leaving the 5-bowl challenge on the return. If she gets a return here, might not. Will do so. So 5 bowls. I don't mind that closing the 20, but you better just pin it.
Well, that's easier said than done. 5's almost impossible now.
I do agree. Easier said than done. That's why I'm a commentator, Sean. I say things. I don't do them.
That's fair. Tammy just needs one to win leg number 1. And does pin the double on dart 3 to get it done. So 1-0 Tammy. Andrea Taylor, who has changed from the green hair to the green hat. Because it still matches. Yep. The Bill should have given it away because she's not a duck.
That's fair. And there's no lemonade stand to be had.
Or fire trucks. Why did you say random thing like a lemonade stand?
Because the duck walked up to the lemonade stand, and he said to the man, run in the sand, hey, bump, 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 do you have any grapes? Taylor going to attack those 19s immediately. The man says, no, I sell lemonade. We do not have any grapes today.
Is this a Dr. Seuss book? You will not like them, Sam I Am? Is that what we're doing here?
Only 2-point separation. You expect the 19s to go away on the stern.
What? No, I need to know what that's from.
Have you never heard the duck song? Is that real? It's like
is
100 million
that
views.
real?
Has like 100 million views. Like one of the most popular internet videos.
Oh, no.
I'll show you later.
Sounds like it's going to be a party tonight.
Wait till you get to part 4. Tammy having a little bit of trouble of getting these big closes here.
Does it look like she just turned the board? Yeah.
Well, she's like, hold on. I want my darts to go over here. I want to angle the board a little bit more favorably.
It's smart. It's a bold move, Cotton, to see if it pays off.
But adjusted right back, and so is that dart finding a beautiful spot right on the wire. See, that last dart there, I think it was just a little bit of a push. A big collect on that single makes all the difference there. Ethan DeVibe DeVera chalking this one. Talented young player.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe he is still rolling in the men's side of things. But I could also just be making that up.
Like the duck song?
That you, I guess, just made up.
Linda saying, is there a list of upcoming players and times? Thank you. Well, to see all the different players that are here playing right now in the One More Las Vegas Open event, you can just go ahead and go over to dartconnect.com or tv.dartconnect.com if you want, and you can go over there, select the event, and see every different player and how they're doing and how the brackets are progressing. That's where you'll be able to find all the brackets throughout the weekend here. As far as upcoming times, we usually take first come, first serve based on what the tournament directors give us, and we just cover the brackets to their completion.
Yeah, we don't do crazy things like request matches and stuff. We don't have time for that.
We request finals.
Yes, we do like the finals. Those do help. Well, how about this? Right now, Tammy Kelly averaging only a 2.46 to Andrea Taylor's 2. Well, it was better than 2.5 a couple of seconds ago. 2.7 overall. And still, Tammy Kelly up 1-0.
Yeah, but Taylor's been absolutely dictating the pace of this one. Tammy has been collecting a lot of 2-mark rounds, a couple of 3s here. Last go, she was hitting multi-treble rounds and finding very consistent collects. That's a difference maker. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge here going into the last leg, as you expect this one to go Taylor's way.
I like the aggressiveness to go to the bullseye first.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. You have control. You have the 20s. There's no damage already done on the 15s. Love the shot selection.
I don't believe this is a coincidence that Sally Kelly and her daughter Kennedy Kelly are sitting down behind Tammy Kelly, who's throwing, because the names are spelled differently on the last name.
Good observation.
But good shout out to them sitting back there. Sally, another staff member of the CDC. And Kennedy is every bit of 6'4", 6'5".
That is true. Well, Tammy's doing a good job fighting back on the Bulls so far, but it's just not going to be enough to get through this leg. You expect it to go Taylor's way with 1 needed.
Yeah, time's going to run out on her right here.
Well, maybe. This could leave an opportunity.
Oh, no.
This leaves a huge opening.
This is winning darts.
This is a doable winning darts, too. Just pop the bull in the beginning, start off your shot well, and all of a sudden you get an opportunity for the 20s and 15s.
Does that. Trip 20.
Back to the bull. I do like the regroup. I wish I would have slowed down just a little bit on that third dart there for the collect, but was trying to just push it off a little bit further here. Taylor should be able to go ahead and course correct here real quick. Not playing around with it too much, and does get it done there, so it's 1-1. They're having a little bit of a chat about it.
And it will be Tammy shooting this last leg. 1-1, last leg decider. There's a couple good battles going out there in the tournament floor. Aaron Turner, Lakeside participant, multiple years in a row, past 3 years, taking on Chris Lim. Aaron Turner averaged a 5.60 in leg number 1, is up 1-0.
That's pretty good.
5.6 is very, very, very high in a steel tip average for cricket.
I do love seeing the room as this cricket event has gotten going, and seeing all the different international players walk into the room, watching all the different faces and talents as we kind of get geared up, because it feels like tomorrow's the Super Bowl of the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. The WDF Gold event, Gold ranking event. The Las Vegas Open, the namesake of the entire weekend, but also that specific tournament.
We're seeing a little bit of a difference here. Taylor off to a slow start, does find 4 there, which helps her cause. But Tammy with the 2-number advantage, she's playing this aggressive by going right these 18s. I would have preferred the start to just be a little bit more conservative here. Because now if I'm Taylor, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to pop at least 2 18s and try to grab the 19 here. And here she is right there.
Well, I'm glad you understand. As Tammy Kelly is smiling about it, but it's a frustrated smile as she only gets 20 points. Andrea a chance to close both higher grounds if she wants to. She's trying it. She went back at points on dart 3, which I think is the brilliant play.
I think that's the optimal play in every aspect there. You're taking advantage of getting your numbers your opponent's amount of real estate reduced, while also still getting as many points as possible on your favorable 18s.
And Tammy does the exact same thing with the 20s versus the 18s there. So back in it is Andrea. And only 118. Tammy an opportunity. Gets the 2 fats and then goes right back to points. Textbook so far, 1-1 scoreline. Tammy Kelly trying to pull a bit of an upset.
I mean, it's an upset in some regards, but in other regards, I really just think Tammy's form is looking pretty good right now overall.
She's throwing extremely well. First time viewer, long time fan from this point forward, because that throw is just gorgeous. And she knows when to attack hard and when she can just be a little bit more conservative, which is a big deal. She gets 3 fat singles, like the mutants over at Table 9.
You can see Taylor just taking advantage of trying to grab a pull in there, and then a little bit of a celebration for hitting that 20 on the last.
Interesting.
I don't mind that play at all.
I don't either. And I think it's just the fact that she knows how risky it was to shoot it, and then she hit it. But it can throw off your opponent like it does right there. Andrea Taylor, that could have been – she knows, I guess, how big that moment was. Now, can she take advantage of it? She sure can.
Using the strategy of, okay, I already found it once. I'm going to go ahead and just try to find it again. Finding 4.
And now this has become very complicated for Tammy. And finds the worst time to go single.
With the bull in the back pocket, I want Taylor to attack these 15s.
She needs to go back.
No, she does not.
And she hits it when she needs to hit it the most. Gets that point lead on the 15s instead. I stand corrected. And Tammy goes from out in front to now well behind. Andrea Taylor needs 2 bowls only.
Out in front to out of the offense as, look at that, Taylor.
Yeah, big
found
comeback.
a heater at the end.
Yeah, big comeback in that leg. Caught fire at the exact needed time.
And that's what makes Taylor so fierce in her experience and her as a competitor. Tammy there a little bit gutted knowing that really
She had her.
She had it. And she will have another opportunity. As it looks like we're going to get Tony Rook and Joseph Effer up to our boards next
Joe
year.
Efter.
Yep.
I love Joe. Joe has a little bit of a very unique Richie Burnett style throw.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. So we'll go ahead and get into that in just a moment's time, folks. I'm Nick Teixeira, joined by Sean Green and Will Stewart. We'll be back with more action in just a moment's time. Welcome back, everybody, to the Las Vegas Open here over at the Tuscany Suites and Casino. My name is Nick Teixeira, joined by Will the Thrill Stewart on the call for this one, as we have a great matchup heading our stream board. Joseph Efter taking on Tony Rook for this matchup here. Will, I'm excited to see this one.
Yeah, it should be a good matchup between these two gentlemen. I mean, both doing their part to get here, so we'll see what they got in order for us. What do you say, Joe Efter, to start us off in this one?
And, of course, you're already starting to do well in the bracket, top 32 matchup. You just want to keep it going, right? You're thinking, I can do this. I already got a couple of wins under my belt. I might be on the run for the day. Well, you still got to get it done.
That you do. A good 5 mark there for Joe. And just a 3 mark from Tony. Welcome, everyone, in our chat. We appreciate you joining us for our coverage today. We had a good one with the 501 National Championship earlier, didn't we? And then now getting this coverage here.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see this hall also get from the angle. It doesn't do it justice because this hall is really full. The blind draw is just about to start, and someone's going to realize I signed up Will Stewart without telling him.
Go ahead, set me up over here.
Yeah, you're paired up with Elliot Milk again.
Oh shoot, they got no, they got blind draw matches going on too.
That's what I just said.
I cannot believe that. I had to double check and get that information myself, man.
I don't blame you.
Well, this is a top 32, of course. We do have a few matches that are kind of a little sporadic right now. How is that match still going on? Oh, I think that's an error. Yeah, that's an error.
Oh, Tony's having some errors on the board right now, struggling to get a number closed. And really, Efter hasn't had to do much except go right at whatever Tony just tried to close.
Well, 17, just 2. Door's still open for Rook. If he can capitalize on a 4 mark, that would be nice.
Efter kind of reminded me of that Richie Burnett style of throw a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. He's kind of got that goofy third, doesn't he?
Yeah, where it just floats away. But there, Tony finally collects, finding 6, getting himself back into the leg here. As Efter has to kind of be careful. Does get the close, but might not secure the point lead. Needs to find the trouble, and does not.
Jack Wagon says, want to say thanks to USA Darts for providing these streams for us. It wasn't long ago where we could not watch matches like this remotely. Well, we certainly appreciate you joining us and giving us a little comment there and appreciation. We appreciate you being here. How about that?
Jack Wagon's one of our armchair analysts after Houston.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Oh, me too.
Love it.
I mean that in a loving sense. We
Yeah,
also
we
also have some armchair analysts that are not so loving.
We got some armchair bullies is what we got sometimes, but
Well, let's be honest. Everyone knows Alex Spellman's really a soft tip player.
okay. This dude plays in, 3 soft tip tournaments?
As he's the ADO National 01 champion.
Yeah.
Efter did a good job of regaining control here, but the numbers have been lost. You lost some real estate. You're down 2, and you have to find those 16s. Does so immediately.
Yeah, you've got to find some gold here and just keep on trekking.
But Rook, looking for another 6 mark like we've seen on the 17s. One good round changes the pace. Through the uprights.
Just can't quite convert. Only the Amish triple for him. I'm telling you, it's going to hit. Every once in a while, you got to subtly drop it.
As long as it's not the train thing again, man. I just can't do it. I just can't.
I'll never say that again, I guarantee you.
Yeah, but I'll still bring it up, I guarantee you.
2 big 15s to close and just a little extra on the 16s for good measure.
Pushes the bull by 1 as it's a 59-point separation.
Exactly. He gets a good look at 3 here to win the leg for a 1-0 scoreline.
Do you have to be careful? Tony did collect 3 bulls. Could be looking to collect 3 more to get a shot at the 16. The moment you miss, I consider trying to push the bull more because you need 2 16s now to push it again.
Yeah, you can see him instantly going to the 16s for more points. Good 4 mark there for him.
And now Tony has to dig deep on the bulls once again. The scoring segments other than the bulls have been going against them, but it seems like the bull has been his friend so far. It's a good friend to have.
Yeah, he takes that first dart again, but has that playground of a 16 just in case. Why not use it to just kind of extend out that lead? So, once again, Rook needs 2 doubles here. There's 1.
I think kind of sails away in the last there. After should be able to close it out at this point. Drill 2 darts at the bull.
We got some pizza slices in the background.
What?
Yeah, we got a couple costume fancy dresses here for the Las Vegas Open. You got to love that.
You can't say pizza in front of me. You know I'm going to get distracted.
Of course, and they jet on out of the way. Oh, no, they're
Oh,
still there.
I see
There
it.
we go.
Rook needs to try to find 3 bulls still. Won't be able to do so now. After sitting with 1 bull for the win, might get this first leg on the board. Just a race to 2 format. It's blink and you miss it. Does look like they already pre-assigned our next match on the top 16. Jeff Smith, Brandon Perez, by the way.
That is a fantastic matchup. We're going to get there. Brandon Perez, your second-place finisher in last year's affair, and Jeff Smith just throwing some absolute heat so far this evening in our singles cricket format. So looking forward to that match up next here on our feed. Share this around. Let your friends know that one's coming our way. And a must-see affair.
The women's bracket, by the way, cruising so far. The top side already has a couple semis ready. So,
What?
not semis. Sorry, excuse me. Quarter.
Oh my goodness!
Quarter.
Threw me for a couple semis ready. So a couple semis ready.
Couple quarters ready.
Final.
Rah-rah, Raggy.
Like soy scoop. Okay, all right.
All right, you baited me. You baited me into it. You can't mute me. You don't even know how to mute me.
No, we're just turning you down a touch. Just turning you down a touch. Ram averaging a 5.2 against Joey is what we're getting in from Corey Turner on the chat. That is tasty.
After it does find 3 on the 19s, Tony here can do the classic 1, 2, 3. Needed to find at least a single on the 20 to go for the 2 19s, though. You have to stay up at the 20. He agrees, but only finds a 2 mark.
So if you're after one big triple allows you to take a look here at the 20s. Can he utilize that dart? He can. Big 4 mark up top to take advantage.
It gets away from just a little bit there. Tony's just having trouble collecting in a way where he looks comfortable. The darts that are hitting are fine, but you know he just has more he wants to show. And this is one of those moments where After should have considered starting at the 20. He's starting at the 19s to try to pad, instead failing to collect, and the turn really feels like you're just giving Rook another opportunity to collect on everyone's favorite number.
I think, yeah, you got to take at least one look there. I mean, first dart, try to get your 20s out of the way, but Rook not really giving him much back. So, again, an opportunity for him. He's just going to try to pad first and get a little bit more of a lead before he elects to make that decision. But
And I get that if you're going to only shoot one dart for the close to start down, and this time paying off way better for after, and collects a huge 7 there instead. Great shot indeed. But your mentality needs to be, everyone's coming out here, they're having that, they're going to be playing a lot of 0-1, so everyone's going to be shooting a lot of 20s or a lot of 19s. 20s are everyone's favorite number. You have to consider to take more opportunities than not if you're the one going against that real estate.
I wonder where you stole the 20s are everybody's favorite number from. Huh.
Where'd I steal it?
Maybe Gordon Dixon.
I did just commentate last weekend with him.
Yeah.
It was
and
so
you-
nice
and
having
you-
a professional to commentate with.
You put out a clip of him saying exactly that, so it was a dead giveaway. But how about that from after?
Yeah.
Big shots.
You're right. We did put out a clip. Go over to Bull Shooter on YouTube. Yeah, thanks for the shout out.
Oh, my.
After can go ahead and kind of lock this one up. Pretty firm control from this position. Tony just never really found the momentum that he needed. It was disjointed solid turn and a couple of slow ones and then a solid turn. What time does our coverage start tomorrow, Sir William?
We put, I think, 11:30 Central. No, 11:30 local time. Right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be Eastern, and that is 2:30. So it'll be 2:30 or 3 o'clock Eastern time. So
Yeah, so 2 or 2:30 Eastern.
sweet,
Sweet.
great stuff. Yeah, that's going to be 11:30 or no, you were wrong. 11:30 or 12 Pacific time. So just do it off of that. There you go. I'm not going to rattle them off because we got
I'm
some.
sorry for asking you what time we start streaming.
You got some overseas people that are probably like, huh?
I'm here going on,
Yeah,
and I have to be
Trust
here.
me. If you're in the UK, you're 8 hours ahead of us. Eastern time's 3. Central's 2. So there
One
you
bull
go.
for the match. Not quite. What's going to be that target line average that you need to have if you're going to win today in the cricket
Oh,
event?
you got to hover around a 4-5 to 5. I mean, that's just the kind of standard you got to bring throughout the tournament in order to really hang. I mean, that's just the truth. You can get away with possibly a 4-3, but you have to be a 4+.
I think that's a fair assessment there. As right now, after having some finish line-itis, does get the ball in the last, though, for a 2-0 win over Tony Rook in that affair there. And Tony giving a handshake, but was not happy with where his game was at in that one. And he's going to have to dial things in because he knows he has more to prove.
So just to double down, it looks like our top scores right now, it's 4.1, 4.08. And that's from 2 English fellas, Darren Williams and James Beaton. Then you got David Fathom and Brandon Perez right behind them. So it looks like a 4+ would potentially do it.
I'll allow it.
I love it, too. All right, folks, hang tight. We got some more coverage coming your way. I believe our next match will be
Brandon Perez and Jeff Smith.
There we go. Thanks for doubling down. We'll get that one coming your way here in just a second, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Rubber Reggie.
This guy. Come on. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go with a fantastic battle. We got Jeff Smith taking on Brandon Perez here for this one. Jeff Smith just outside on the diddle. This could be a big factor here. William Stewart alongside me, Mr. Nick Teixeira. What do you say?
I say hello, everybody. I'm excited for this matchup as this is going to be a beautiful showing. Brandon Perez, last year's runner-up, going up against Jeff Smith, the silencer, who knows his way around a bristle board, but also knows his way around some cricket here. Should be a phenomenal showing, and really curious to see if the local will hold the ground or if the Canadian will take the reins.
We're going to find out right here, right now. Yeah, close-knit affair here, folks. You're not going to believe the average differential here between these two gentlemen. Let's go ahead and say it. Jeff Smith, currently 7th ranked overall with a 4.03. Brandon Perez, currently 4th overall with a 4.06. 4.06, 4.03. We're off and running. Here we go.
Yeah, and no one's going to be too surprised that I feel like here's the thing with Brandon Perez. You just don't know him if you don't go to Vegas or West Coast tournaments. But, man, he is just so lethal every time he shows up to an event. Although Jeff Smith just running around the board having fun with it seems.
Well, Brandon's particularly good here in Vegas, and that's where we see him the most because he's from Vegas. So he has the advantage if he gets to go home, sleep in his own bed, come back out, no difference. He's not battling the time differential. He's not dealing with any of that. He knows the area. He's comfortable, and that's why he plays so well in Vegas, I feel.
The home field advantage is a real one.
It is. It really is. And, well, look at Jeff Smith right now. 5.7. He has everything closed but the 15s and bulls here. And he's going to quickly go ahead and do that one, I think. Up to Brandon.
Well, you're talking about a seasoned veteran in Jeff Smith. He's going to feel comfortable, and he's not afraid to play that aggressive strategy. Just grabbing the numbers. If he needs to grab some points, he'll take a swing. And here he's going to find a big swing, finding a 9 mark there, second one of the stream.
There we go, Jeff Smith. Fantastic. And that raises the average up to 6.5. Let's see what he is after these bulls and after a clutch close from Brandon Perez. He does a 9 as well. I told you, folks, this is going to be a match to watch, and Jeff even acknowledges it and gives him some knuckles.
It's for style points at the end of the day, though, as 3 bulls is all it's needed. And
goodness.
This man knows how to find a double bull. He reels in big fishes for a living. Finds 3 bulls there and 2 darts.
5.8. Goodness gracious, folks.
It's all about having that throw. You talked about that diddle there. Well, that's why, is because the amount of just burst big shot potential these guys have is really second to none.
I mean, well, you saw what Jeff did early, too. He got the 20s, but he also took advantage of his 17s. He's a guy that loves the 17s. Let's see what he does here. He may kind of snag him early here as well.
Went for an aggressive play at the 20s there. Yeah. Only a 5, and I say only because those 2 singles 20s do effectively nothing for him in the moment. Brandon now gets a chance to dictate the pace.
Very aggressive there for Jeff to go ahead and take the look there at the 20s. I figured 2 trip 19s, maybe the trip 17 is what he'd look for. But, hey, who am I?
I don't love that shot selection from Perez, though. Just went for the 1-2-3 on the 19s. It has room to get punished here as Jeff's going to get the close and have a 2-point disadvantage, but have a whole number up. Now Brandon Perez needs to look for a 6 mark where Jeff only needed a 5.
Looks like Perez using some widows. Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
Well, the shot selection's better if you're just going to know what you're going to hit in the next turn there. Beautiful stuff from Brandon Perez. High quality affair between these two, well.
Yeah, we knew this wasn't going to last long. It's proven to be the case. Only 3 for Jeff, so this allows Perez to go ahead and take advantage. He took the look there with dart number 2. Back to the 17s. Oh, my. Only a single mark.
Yeah, a rarity from Brandon Perez, and something Jeff is going to consider is an absolute gift.
He should consider it a gift. And he tried to close the door on the 17s to take full advantage there.
Winner of this match will play Rick Forden or Joseph Efter in that next round.
Yeah, a round of 8. As we come down to the nitty-gritty.
So the silencer here to try to silence Perez in a 2-0 fashion. Can hit a big shot here to really make that happen.
That's a great one, and he can go ahead and just turn it in his favor. Good 4 mark on the 16s and closes those 17s. Here we go, Perez.
Fishing for an 8. Needs to find 6 on the 15s.
Exactly. Needs the 6. Gotta stay.
And a 5 mark will suffice there to keep him in the leg, but Jeff Smith maintaining control, holding the reins on this one. Reining in Perez. Happy accident on the bull there. I don't mind the utilization of it here as it kind of changes the math of this back and forth affair.
I don't know what's in the water up there in Canada. Maybe it's the blue that they've got up there, because this guy is just cruising, and that's going to do it. Look at this. Look at this. Double-double, single 15, does it. What a shot from Jeff Smith there. As Brandon can, but it's not going to happen.
Eliminated Brandon from having a game shot by hitting the 2 double bulls. It locks in the leg.
Exactly.
Even if Brandon found a 9 there, Jeff is probably one of the best double bull hitters there is, especially in North America. He's known for hitting 170s, right?
We'll see. He may just close out the 15s before going bull. But, yeah, bull, 15. Oh, no.
Wait a second. Now this is all of a sudden a completely different game.
Now does he pressure Brandon? I think that's the right call to go for bull. You can't really – I mean –
yeah, Brandon would hit the hat.
Exactly.
He still might.
Wow. I saw this was firmly in Jeff's hands, but
Still maybe. He has to find a double. Doesn't get it. You can see the frustration from Perez. What is going on at the end of this leg?
yeah, exactly. I mean, a fantastic bout, and then it kind of got a little scrambly there at the end, but Jeff scoots on by with a victory. Wow, that was a back and forth early battle, and man, did it get interesting. But hey, your finalist in last year's cricket is no more. He is out as Brandon Perez bids adieu in the last 16. Jeff Smith advances into the next round. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, great stuff there. Jeff's early aggression in leg number 1 and then utilization of the bulls there actually did almost come back to bite him as he had a rare miss on the dartboard, but it worked out well overall here, and I'm excited to see how this bracket continues to develop well.
Aaron, I don't want to hear it from you with your commentary jinx right there. Get out of here,
They're kind of right, though. I mean, that was a total jinx job.
Yeah, but come on.
If Perez hits the hat trick, we're getting clipped and getting banned from Canada.
Maybe. Maybe.
Well, we have some more great matches coming up here in just a moment's time, folks. We're having a lot of fun here at the Tuscany Suites, and looking forward to seeing who will continue to fight along on our dartboard.
Tell by the way they're scoring, there may be nothing in it. One man misses, does the other man get? Yes! Double 12! That is the most amazing leg of darts you will ever see in your life! I can't stay! Double 12! And the 9 Dart King lands another one! Covered by Team Michael. Double 12! Back going! Michael the ascension is complete. Incredible stuff. The world number 1 is world champion.
Throwing 23-gram Cali West Colonial steel tip barrels. Her favorite checkout is 108. Coincidentally, Will Stewart recently did a video series, 4 ways to check 108. So many people voted Shanghai on the 18s, but Callie prefers the 419s for double 16. So we're going to go that method in honor of her. Here's attempt number 1. So that did not fly. There's your trouble. Attempt number 2. Oh, geez. Oh, outside the wire. Attempt number 3. Son of a bitch. Attempt number 4. God, they come around quick. Oh, I wasn't going to let Callie down.
Jules Van Dongen, the Dutch Dragon, brand new signature darts as a part of the Winmore US player launch. I'll be doing an in-depth review of his soft tip and steel tip variations, of course. Stretching it out because someone suggested a 95 checkout, and I am not feeling very confident yet because I filmed the steel tip portion first. But we're aiming for the 19s. And if we miss into the single 19 like it did, we go treble 16 for double 14. But no dice. Gonna have to reset for attempt number 2. She gets the treble 19. Miss outside on the double. And miss inside because you suck. Attempt number 3 always comes by so fast. We've got the treble again. And she gets a cheeky double in the corner.
Let me tell you about A to Z Darts. We're a specialty dart store with over 10,000 different products. We create in-depth videos and blogs to help improve your game and showcase our products. We give helpful advice on how to practice darts, the fundamentals of form and mechanics, and how to make better decisions when purchasing your darting equipment. Whether you're brand new or a seasoned player, we try to provide fun and informative content. I'm Jen, the creative director for A to Z Darts. I've been playing for over 10 years and I've traveled the world competing in and promoting the sport. This is Will. He runs our live streaming company, USA Darts, and travels the globe as well to broadcast major darting events and interview PDC players alike. You'll find over 2,000 different sets of darts on our website. Guessing right now you're pretty interested in our resources? Learn about form, throwing mechanics, practice routines, scoring and grouping, checkout methods, cricket strategy, and much more. Visit a-zdarts.com to take advantage of our blog or follow us on social media at AZDarts today.
What is the purpose of the Vertex stand? This product is made by Winmore, and they have solved 3 different problems. Number 1, when you don't want to permanently mount a dartboard. Number 2, when you can't drill into your walls. And number 3, when you want to travel with a dartboard. Not everyone wants a dartboard permanently mounted into a wall. Perhaps you just want to bust out the dartboard occasionally to entertain friends or family. The Vertex stand is perfect because you don't drill into the wall, you simply lean it against a flat surface. This is easily the most convenient product I've ever seen that you can set up or tear down super fast for portability. In minutes, you can have everything packed and ready to go with you for your next darts tournament or a friend's house or even camping. You can lean this bad boy up against a tree. On top of all of that,
welcome back to the 46th Annual Memorial. Ah, man, I messed it up. But we're going to start it over anyway. Use take 2. Blobbity-boopity-blop. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Live darts. To the 46th Annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open. Here live at the Tuscany Suites and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. I took a couple matches off, which is why I'm a little rusty. Sean Green, joined once again by the GOAT, William Stewart. Will, Eve Watson, who I don't know much about, taking on someone we all know a lot about in Paula Murphy.
Yeah, Eve has that Welsh flag on her collar, so assuming she made the trek across the pond to be here for this one. She's got a couple sponsors as well. I'm assuming she is participating in a few things overseas, maybe an ADC event or two. I don't know if I've seen her on Modus or not.
Well, she does have the second highest average of the day at a 3.01. First highest average? Well, that'd be Paula Murphy with a 3.13.
And I think that's why we're seeing this matchup right here, right now, folks. Oh, and by the way, a little special guest participating in this one as well. Hey, look at that. It's Nick.
Nick Dirachi to share doing some chalking.
Those shoes don't
Looking-
match your outfit, buddy.
Looking handsome.
Just wanted to let you know that.
Hey, those shoes were made for walking.
Yeah, he doesn't. He definitely did that today. He walked a little bit. Of course, when you're in Vegas, you're gonna walk a little bit, right?
Yeah, exactly. Eve actually, her WDF main ranking women event or ranking number is 37th.
And you say that again. Sorry.
She's ranked 37th in the WDF.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. You know, we also have a fellow country lady here, Rhiannon Sullivan. I believe I saw her last night. So I believe she's a WDF ranked 5 or 6. So another one to watch out for there.
Yeah, Eve made the British Open Women's semifinals in 2024, losing to Lisa Ashton. The British Classic Women's, she made the semifinal, losing in that one to Vicky Prume. So she's definitely...
She's got a familiar face. I believe she has made a Modus Super Series appearance, but I can't put it together.
Well, either way, you can definitely tell.
She's talented. She's definitely a talented individual, and you love to see these folks from overseas coming and participating in this Las Vegas Open. Massive stakes for tomorrow's WDF Gold as well as Sunday's WDF Silver. I mean, that helps you out tremendously. Automatic berth into Lakeside if you win the gold event. But a little dabble in some ticky-tack, some Mickey Mouse, cricket.
Absolutely. Eve Watson was the only female to qualify for this year's Champion of Champions from Red Dragon.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's where I saw her at.
Yep.
That is it. That is a big tournament there. The likes of Johnny Clayton, Gerwin Price, Ryan Shearl have won that event. Nick Kinney won this past season. And I'll go ahead and say it. Maybe we'll be there this year.
Ooh. Throwing a little tease at us there.
Maybe USA Darts will be there this year. We'll see.
Oh, man. You changed that around to make me less excited. I'm just kidding. Kinda. All right. As we got all that working out here, Paula
yeah, she
takes leg number 1.
Yeah, with a 3.1 there.
His first of 2 legs, and it is alternate start, so Paula steals the throw.
Yeah, that's big for Paula.
The number 1 American.
Can she work it off that barrel for a 4 mark? She cannot. Only a single. So up to Eve. I would attack full bore here on the 20s. Yeah.
Actually, Eve won the British Open for the women in 2023.
Oh, man. So, yeah.
WDF title.
She went back to, so she won the British Open in 23, runner-up in 24. That's no easy task.
Semifinals 2024.
Oh,
so top 4.
Still,
Yeah.
that is no easy task.
Yeah, not at all.
Fantastic player. Fantastic player. And this is the kind, I'll say it. And I may take a little heat for this, and I don't mind. There in the early 90s, we had the likes of Phil Taylor, RVB, all those guys coming over here and really putting the guys in a ringer. And I think, honestly, the ladies are getting that here with the last year's Las Vegas Open and this year's Las Vegas Open. And I think it's the step that they need to have in order to better themselves and kind of get right in line with the likes of, the talent that we're seeing overseas.
I think you're absolutely correct there. I don't think that any heat should be given for a statement like that, because it's hard to argue a situation where, hey, if you want to be better, you got to play better competition. And you're right, the ladies are playing better competition, getting that taste with Fallon coming over last year, and Dita Hedman. And this year, of course, Dita's back, and now you get Eve Watson in the mix with some others. You'd like to see it happen more with the men, but even last year we had a couple PDC pros here.
Yeah. Well, it just shows you, darts has really taken off across the globe, and especially here in North America. So, exciting times, no doubt. And we'll see what continues to happen here. Eve, though, has set herself up in great position here. Needs 2 16s to close. Attacking those 15s early, though. Look at her.
Yeah, that's interesting strategy choice.
Does that hurt her there?
Yeah, and that's one of those things that we're going to see a little bit.
Man.
Mickey Mouse Darts has some strategy involved that has some textbookness to it, and Paula just misses the big number on the 18s that would have made that round more than worthwhile.
Yeah, I mean, a close there on the 18s would have been nice, and she elected for that easy toss-up turn, but unfortunately fell flat. So need some more 15s here. Eve hasn't gotten rid of that yet, so.
Yeah, and again, Eve with that last dart went back in the 20s, even though she had the point lead at that point in time.
Yeah.
And is allowing Paula to really battle points.
And that's just lack of playing the cricket. You know how often they play cricket over there. Probably slim to none unless they use it for practice.
Yeah, and even then, it's a game of fun.
Yep.
And not trying to necessarily play the proper strategy to get the job done. She does use her talent either way to get out of that pickle.
That predicament there. I think most of the time you see cricket over there is just closing too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they do the point system.
Which would make sense why they would hate that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Wait. What is that? Your point? What is that?
You're like, this is boring.
Well, 2 to close there. She's got the advantage of 27 points. So Paula,
It's 5-3 on the Bulls.
does she close out 20s here?
I think you do with 4-3.
Oh, now you definitely try to, right?
I don't.
Oh,
Yeah, she
my-
stays there and hits 5.
A double-double.
Hits 5.
Wow. All darts at 20s here if you're Eve. All darts at 20s.
I mean, it's the exact same position Paula was just in, only now it's 3 bowls less.
Yeah, if she can utilize that as a marker, it would be fantastic. She does. Go for it, Paula.
Double 20.
Go for it.
She went for it, just misses.
Yeah, you got to attack there. You get the opportunity. Go for a double. Go for a triple. Try to get the win.
Why?
Oh,
it gets it done. Oh, my goodness, Eve.
that is gutsy, and it paid off.
Gutsy is one way to look at that, Will. How do you go the single with dart 1 and stay there for dart 2? I mean, Eve Watson use it, and that's how, no matter what, talent matters a lot in this game.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? You just saw Eve pull off a miracle there to win the leg.
Yeah, can we just tell everyone watching along that when you are down 18 points and your opponent has the Bulls closed and only needs 120.
Don't start off like that.
Don't go Bulls first. It's a bold move, Cotton, and it paid off for her.
But it's like 8 out of 10 times it's not going to work out for you.
Now, I recommend it for Eve with the talent that she has.
Hey, more power to her for playing it like that.
And making it work.
Yeah.
It's only silly if you miss it. She did not. I do like how she's playing a little thermal nuclear. Little trip for Singh there on dart 3. She's pretty much rolling right now. Ball needs to get going quick.
Yeah, she's got to find something.
She does love 17s.
Well, she can work off that first, and you see her into the triple with the second. Possibly a 7. No, just 5, but that'll work. Gets her out in front.
I don't know if you noticed, Paul is talking as she's throwing the darts. And it's like as she's taking it back, it's almost like she's counting for pace purposes. Is that what she's doing there?
I don't know if it's – she's always been a chatter. Like, she'll kind of talk to herself a little bit, but
it almost looks like she's, like, counting.
Right? I think that's just how her everybody has those random lip movements.
Yep.
That may be one, but it does definitely look like she kind of
Big 7.
That is huge right there. 6 on the 15s.
That's the type of 7 that gives you hope.
It
But it's
does.
closed.
But
Eve just closes the door quickly. Still down 19 points, but
it's not a bad move though.
No.
I mean, she's got the 20, she's got the 18s. Paula really needs to hit a good shot here.
yeah, Paula's got to open up a new wedge, so she's not in danger of losing her numbers by closing the 15 on dart 3. We'll see how aggressive Eve gets.
Nah, she's gonna go. She's gonna go right at this. Told you, she's gonna go right at it. She doesn't care if it's 3 to close. She's closing it.
Yeah, I know, but I hate that move there. You're still down 19 points, and now a 5 mark from Paula does put her in the driver's seat.
Does Paula go for it though? 18s
Absolutely
or 20s?
you do.
I think you do. Oh,
I think you still got to. Yeah, now you just
Yeah,
now
you
got
just
to
close them.
Yeah,
That's all you can really do is just close them there.
but you can also be really annoyed as you walk away. Probably cuss at yourself. Oh, those for the point lead back, and that's a lot more than 1.
Yeah, Eve set this up for herself here. No way that Paula can take this out.
Throwing a 3-7 in this leg and a 3-3 for the match. And Paula's 3-3 for the leg and 3-3 for the match is not touching this.
Yeah, I mean, she had the match in her grasp there for leg number 2, and Eve just pulled out some
And that's it.
great darts there, and she's going to advance.
Eve Watson, the Welsh Eve Watson, is in the finals now of women's cricket. So we got one across-the-pond player that is in our final. In the quarterfinals, still battling it out there is, of course, Lisa Yee, our finalist in the ADO National Championship.
Maria Carley?
Yep, playing against Maria Carley. And then Andrea Taylor, semifinalist, is taking on Tiffany Kemp out there on the outside boards. So Eve will be waiting for a hot minute, which can come back to bite her if she doesn't utilize the break properly.
That it can. So we're going to take just a quick moment here, see what we got coming your way next, folks. As
I love that Nick didn't even get really a break because he had a chalk.
Right, I think it's funny. We're just going to keep him up there, though. It's going to be really great. All righty, folks, don't go far. We'll be right back. It looks like we already potentially have somebody, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to be Ram and Joel Heisen.
I was going to say Heisen is from the Philippines, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And Ram is from Houston.
And we saw that Heisen last year.
Yes, we did.
Okay. So
Dangerous player.
Yeah, it certainly is. So that'll be our next matchup here, folks, for the Las Vegas Open singles cricket. Stay right here. We'll be right back with more.
Welcome back to the 46th annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open, live here at the Tuscany Suites and Casino, and I bet you thought I was going to get better this time through. I did not. Sean Green, joined by Nick Durachi Teixeira, who expert chalking in the last match. They don't even have a chalker for this one. Do you want to go out there and do that one? Or should we have Will
Honestly,
do it?
hearing your opener, you might have to go out there because you shouldn't be commentating.
Yeah, no.
Doy.
Duh. They are going to have a chalker here. Joel Heisen.
That's Joey Lee Harder. That's chalking, by the way.
Sweet. Joel Heisen is from the Philippines, and he has the highest average right now in this tournament at a 4.30. He's taken on, of course, a man who needs no introduction, especially when it comes to cricket, and that's Ram Guevara.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this matchup transpires. Looking at Joel's for the first time, because Ram is an absolute expert in the game at this point when it comes to playing cricket well. Admittedly, way more known for his soft tip endeavors.
Yes.
Doesn't mean he hasn't thrown on a seal board before. As you can clearly see, using those 19s to full advantage, that's a 9 mark there on the 19s.
Boom goes the dynamite, Ram Guevara. And he just does exactly what he does in the CSC Challenger Series. And I do exactly what I do, just yell at the booms. But how about this? Joel Heisen, who's going to almost match 9 by 9, his 9 mark percentage is 6%. He's played 5 matches. That means 1 out of every 20 rounds is a 9 mark.
That's really good. I'm lucky
That's
to get 1
stupid
out of every
good.
20 days at this point in my game.
Like, that's an insane. To put that in perspective, the next closest is a 2.7.
I am curious because Joey Lee Harder is chalking this match. Moved to Houston, but I believe he's from the Philippines. He might be familiar with both these players. I know he's familiar with Ram pretty well, as he just played him last weekend at the Houston Regional.
I'm going to guess Ram did well there.
Yeah, they played in a top 4 winner side matchup, and then Harder lost in the last leg decider.
All right. Heisen's got the 18s to point with. Definitely a unique action in his throw.
It gives it a little bit of a twist after the eye line.
Yeah, and his whole body action goes towards the dartboard, but it's not like in a trying to shove it forward type of way. It's just his body follows his arm, and so his back leg kicks up in a little bit. I'm still curious, is Ram using 9-gram darts? But are they the 9-gram version? That's insane.
It just shows that for his throw, it is all about arm force, right? He pushes that dart straight through the board. If you're going to throw a light dart, you have to put a little extra heft on it, and then to throw a light dart and steal is even harder.
It's a great 7 there from Joel. Again, 2 trebles to start off with. Ram does have the bottom of the board, which is his honeypot.
Yeah, that's
the
the strategy.
1917s.
That's the strategy knowing him, right? Is knowing how much he loves his 19s and 17s, knowing how consistent he is on them as well. I mean, he started off with a 9 on the 19s. That's your first hint. But, of course, you can't really change your strategy in this type of format if you're Joel, right? You don't have the research on him. You're just going to go up and you're going to play the game. Or maybe he does. I can't speak for certain. In either case, he's just going to go up and play his game the way he has been the whole day, as he's clearly leading the pack and doing well.
Well, there's the honeypot. And, well, it's filling up nicely. Nice 7.
Yeah, Screwston doing well. Did well in the DP Texas as well. Played Danny Young in that.
Won 9-1 in the final, averaging 91.
And Harder, the chalker, won DP Texas last year.
There you go. Someone call that a full circle.
Guys, someone let the secret out that I was wearing a Rick Starts in Games jersey.
Yeah, we saw that on the on the stage there, bub.
Well, I can't help that. It's a great jersey. I'm showing my allegiance in this matchup, I guess.
Well, yep. Nick's rooting for Ram.
I'm rooting for good darts, Sean.
Did you hear that scream? That was Nick in the background as Ram goes to get a 4 mark.
Yeah, but this is a good opportunity right here.
This is a heck of a battle. I think the winner of this match wins the tournament.
That was my line from earlier.
I know, and it worked out, didn't it?
Yeah, when I said it.
Yeah. Well, trying to do the same thing here, but
Not going to get greedy and stays up there. Could have taken a swing on the 17s on the last dart. Ram looking for one of those opportunities to take that swing himself. And that's going to be an error. Something you don't typically see from Ram on the bottom of the board.
how about this? They're averaging a 4.8 to a 4.8 right now in cricket steel tip.
Great standard.
Joel closes the 17s of Ram. Goes right back up. I would say that's not a whole lot of harm done if you're Ram in that position. You feel pretty good about that. And you see him try to attack the high ground.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree with you there, although I think he was just tired of going against the 17s for a bit. So I can't really blame him either. I want to see a little bit of a conservative approach on this one, though.
It's going to be aggressive. Aggressively conservative. Gets 4, at least, in there. Yeah, he stays.
Yeah, good play there. Push Ram to continue to fight on the corner pockets. Take advantage of your position.
I have a interesting question for you. So Joel was here last year.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously played cricket and all that stuff. And he's from the Philippines. So is it an advantage to be an Asian player from the Philippines as far as strategy goes, understanding kind of the full scope of how to play cricket?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on if it's popular in your area or not. If you're in the U.S., you're familiar with cricket. If you're over in Asia, you're familiar with cricket. So, yeah, you would have to give a slight advantage there, at least compared to other international players making the trek. So that's a fair assessment.
Well, Ram finally does the thing that he was trying to do, gets rid of those 18s, and hits 4 15s. So Joel has one job here, and it's close to the 15s. Secondary job is to close the bowls, of course. But he's going to try and just get that first job done. Yeah. I mean, doesn't play with the trebles after the first start. Makes it nice and simple. Just gets the job done.
Yeah, there's no reason to get anything too fancy going on in that one.
Ram does get 3 bowls, so 3-3.
Joel knows the importance of this moment. You can see taking a little extra moment there to collect. High on the bowl. It's going to be a little awkward. You don't want to get caught up with that dart. Places underneath it almost perfectly. Does he still have room for more? Of course he doesn't. Is that in? No.
It's not.
You can see by the reaction there. You kind of expected it to go.
Just kind of like you expect this to go. Is that outside? That's in. He got it.
Get it, come on, baby, from Ram there.
Yeah, Ram gets the 3. After missing dart 1, does get the double on dart 2, and then steals it. So 1-0 lead for Ram, and Ram will go first here in leg number 2. And you can see he's starting to feel the groove.
He started off with a 9 and then continued to fight along there. Joel's going to be kicking himself a little bit, but he can't think about it for long because Ram is in full control of his own destiny, it seems, at this point. Joel's in the prime to just say, nope, you're done. Sit down. I want to keep playing. He studied Ram's opening from the last leg, finding just 7, though.
Yeah, I mean, almost does the exact same thing, though. And this is definitely not the finals. This is a quarterfinal matchup. First to 2 legs. Ram adds 6 more marks, including another 120 points on the 20s.
This might be an opening here. Only a 2 mark. You can see Joel feels like it's an opening. Kind of wiping the sweat off the brow.
Trevor Washburn says, look how nice Ram looks. He always cleans up nice. He always looks nice.
Just like these darts look great. Moving along and finding a beautiful 6 mark there. I like that he played to the bottom of the board. Grab that 17, grab that 15, continue to play along. You're not worried as much about optimum real estate as you worried about getting total marks output per round, which is what he did there. this is not the same Joel from the last leg.
It almost feels like he's thinking about the loss in the last leg.
It's hard not to when you are that much of a control of a leg. It's a 6-3 baseline on the Bulls.
Well, this is a opportunity here that he has to take advantage of. Should really stay on the 18s unless he gets 2 trebles, and then he might be able to work and try to get the 20s. Still can take a look at the 20s if he wants, but he's not going to.
Yeah, I wouldn't with the 17s and a mark on the 15 in the back pocket. If anything, I'm trying to get a stable foothold, hope for an error from Ram. An error that Ram is not willing to give.
Yeah, you can hope for errors and wish in the other hand, and both of them are going to be pretty empty at the end of it.
You're not wrong there. 4-point difference here. Joel's going to make a stand on these 16s. Needs to capitalize fully as it's now a 3-number deficit.
That's a great first start. Only a 5, and I say only a 5 in this position just because Ram's averaging a 5 himself.
Well, frankly, even if you hit a 9, it wouldn't have felt like enough in that moment, knowing that you're at a 3-number deficit.
I like the sound that his darts make hitting the bull because they are so light.
It's just like nice little like
doink. Just a reminder, the women's singles cricket is ongoing. Lisa Yee, Maria Carley out there currently playing in the quarterfinal. The winner of that one gets Andrea Taylor in the semifinal, and then Eve Watson has already defeated Paula Murphy in the other semifinal, so she is awaiting the winner of the Andrea Taylor and either Lisa Yee or Maria Carley.
Ram continuing to take pot shots at the 16 here.
Yeah, but now he's down 28 points.
You have to take one swing at this. If it connects on the first, you continue along. If not, you go back to the 16s, even with the bull in the back pocket. I don't agree with it. I understand with the bull, it discourages the shot a little bit, but at the same time, you're just going to get outgunned by the higher marks, although a 7 does help the cause.
I mean, you can't get outgunned right now with that. And in fact, if you're Ram, that's better than anything else. Treble 20 is huge. Bullseye is fine, too.
I like that play a lot. If you're going to do the grab, did
he not get one?
Did it not go in?
It looked good. I guess I didn't hear the sound, though.
That is true.
This is interesting from Heisen.
Yeah, and again, I don't agree with the play here. You're up 140 points. You have to take the swing.
And Ram says, thank you. I can shoot a 7 mark on the 20s, but never mind. I'm going to go bulls instead.
He kind of got baited into it.
Yeah, we're just playing a weird version of this game.
I mean, the 2 bulls does guarantee that Joel will not have an outshot on this turn if there's a saving grace. But if he hits all 3 trebles, you have to still hit a lot of bulls there.
Yeah, 5 of them.
This
and
would
this
be
looks
crazy.
So good. Oh, drags it in. Still a lot of 15s left for Ram to hit. He needs more than 7.
Yeah, very questionable shot selection here.
And Ram instead is...
I mean, I understand doing the bulls over the 15s there just based off math, but I don't understand getting yourself to that position. With how much Ram plays cricket, you wouldn't expect that out of him in particular.
Well, this is very doable for Joel to make it 1-1.
Grab that bull. Grabs the 15 first. Single bull needed.
Yeah, I got the tough dart out of the way. Let's go to a last leg decider. And I mean...
That's a sigh of relief. What?
Yeah.
Oh,
he has to
Harder
go.
got called up. Harder said, I'm not doing this. I don't know where you guys are going on the board.
All right, well, Will's going to be out there in just a second. Chalk this last leg decider.
I don't know why it looked like I thought he got up. I was like, he didn't hit the button. That worked on me.
Lisa Yee does fall to Maria Carley. So Maria Carley, Andrea Taylor is the semifinal that will be coming up next on our streaming board. I don't know.
The rumor has it whoever hits more 19s in the opening 3 darts
will win the leg.
That's how it works.
Well, that's going to be very difficult for Joel to do since he hit 7 720s instead.
Yeah, but he didn't hear about that statistic. He's in trouble.
Yep,
This is why.
Here comes the 19s. Choo choo.
Answers with a 7. Finding a 7 train. Joel now going to continue to battle along. The way he sighed at the end of the last leg was like not a sigh of relief, like, oh, I didn't think I was going to win that leg or anything. It was like a, oh my gosh, these battles are fatiguing kind of sigh.
It's exhausting. When you're playing against a player who's just putting tons of pressure on you left and right and center. Joel has just continued to look extremely good. Even in the leg that he lost, he should have won it.
And the leg he shouldn't have won, he did win.
Yep. Ram going to the honey pot.
Yeah, that's really Ram's Ranch right there. Finding 7 on the 17s. Going to continue to keep himself in the leg. 37-point difference between these players.
Yeah, 17s and Ram go together about as good as peanut butter and jelly.
Or as good as Joel on the first dart.
Yeah. First dart's been deadly. Of course, so has dart 2 and 3 at times. And again, Joel, extra pointing. It's a very, very soft tip like strategy, but he's hitting those trebles and steel tip the exact same way, making this look very easy. A 5.8 average right now in this leg.
And Ram, loves soft tip, right? I mean, we see him. He was the CSC champion.
He is the
current champion, and he's very comfortable with those styles of strategies being played against him and playing them himself. That being said, it was just the last leg, the last bit of that last leg getting away from him is the difference maker.
Only a 2 mark. Brandon, unfortunately not. Braden asking, where is this? We are in Viva Las Vegas at the Tuscany Suites and Casino, Las Vegas, Nevada. 46th Annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial, Las Vegas Open.
Small opening here for Ram with the 16s not being closed. What you're thinking right now is I can get at least as much ground back as possible. There's an argument to move off after the first because of the positioning, but I think you need as many points as you can squeeze out of it. He does move off of it. He doesn't like the position.
Yeah, I could get 144 points total with a 9 mark, which would have given him the lead. And it's just because you're right. The positioning of the first dart was high in that treble 20 or treble 16, and just made it not look appetizing. A lot of work needed to be done here.
He's still in this one though. He needs if he doesn't close his 15, that might not be. But if he was able to get at least 3 on the 15s, it kind of changes things a little bit in his favor.
Who leaves their ding on when they're doing commentary?
Not me. My phone's on silent, buddy.
This is for the match. Joel Heisen gets it done. Woo. Yeah, and even Ram was just like, okay.
I believe that is not the word he used. He said, crap.
Yeah.
That was just, again, it was one of those, I questioned the shot selection in that second leg. It's something I've almost never questioned under Ramos' shot selection there. And Joel's happy to capitalize on the moment. Good shooting. And I'm really curious to see how our front runner Cricket Average is going to maintain his run here.
Well, the semifinals is off and running for the men as well as it is all set. Jimmy Jones taking on Jeff Smith currently out there on board 18. And then Jason Brandon gets Joel Heisen next. So Southern Comfort trying to best his finish at the WDF World Darts Championship.
And the other semi, Jason Brandon and Joel Heisen.
Yep.
Good stuff there. I'm looking forward to seeing how this will continue to break down here and really see how this concludes. There's very much a lot at stake in these matches.
Yeah, coming up next will be the other ladies semifinal. Maria Carley from Canada taking on Andrea Taylor from Texas. That match will be coming up right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 46th annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open. We are live for singles cricket. This is the women's division semifinal, the second semifinal. Eve Johnson is awaiting the winner of this. I'm Sean Green, joined by Nick Teixeira, and we got a doozy. Maria Carley, Nick, taking on Andrea Taylor. What? Watson. Sorry, Eve Watson. What did I say? That's not a real person.
I mean, it is, but it's not here at the dart tournament. I was going with it. I was like, all right, he knows something I don't, even though I chalked the match with her and Paula. Looking forward to seeing Maria Carley on the stream board here. Of course, a fierce competitor. We've seen her at plenty of tournaments, and one of those top Canadian talents that always comes down to try to play spoiler on our American parade.
And she does a really good job of playing spoiler on our American parade. Maria Carley is used to winning when she shows up to tournaments, whatever tournament that may be. And she is a very, very good steel tip player from Canada.
Yeah, of course, this lady needs no introduction on our board. Has been on here quite a few times because she keeps winning stuff, proving why she's number one in the rankings for ADO.
Oh, yeah. You're absolutely correct. Andrea Taylor has been a dominant force today, like we're probably going to see all weekend long. It usually takes a big effort to take her out of tournaments. And we'll see if Maria Carley is up for the task here in this second semifinal. Eve Watson, averaging a 3.06 for the entire tournament, is awaiting the winner of this one.
Yeah, and I'll say it just based off my experience being up at the board.
And be honest.
I'm always going to be honest. I'm going to say it right here.
Say it right
when I was
now.
over there chalking on the stage,
yes,
I can tell you, Eve was looking just fierce and composure demeanor, but also just the marks output that she was hitting. Going to be a tough task for whichever one of these ladies makes it to that point.
Andrea gets the point lead and then continues to collect 7 19s right there. So Maria back up to the 20s. We have a little point battle. I'm brewing, and she's like, I'm just going to take out the 19s.
She did enough of that nonsense.
But I think she sacrificed her high ground by doing so. Because with an 82-point lead, I'm just going to close them out.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. You just have to make sure to get the close, as Taylor does with no hesitation.
Exactly that.
Carly's just trying to force a big shot out of herself. Maybe it's a little bit of trying to motivate your own darts by saying you have no other option but to hit big.
Yeah, and unfortunately, she did pick a second option, and it was not to hit big.
It's just not the ideal option.
Andrea looking for just another close of a number. That's all you kind of have to do at this point, but she does a little bit more than that. Nice 5 mark on the 18s. Well in control early in this one.
Typically, you'd advise that last start to go to right in the center of the single. She drilled it for the triple, knowing full confidence in her own darts.
Let's run through their tail of the tape here, Nick, to see how they got to this point. Andrea Taylor defeated Tiffany Kemp in the quarterfinal with a 3.47 average. In the top 16, she defeated Tammy Kelly, who we saw that match, and Tammy played phenomenally but loses 2-1. In the top 32, gets revenge on Asia Jalbert, winning 2-0 against her. Of course, Asia was our women's 501 national champion today. In the top 64, which is far back as I'm going to go because there's even more to go, Nancy McRae, she defeated her 2-0 with a 2.79 MPR. In the top 64 for Maria Carley, she defeated Beth Schaefer 2-0. It's good to see the Schaefers here this weekend. In the top 32, she defeated Anne-Marie Farmer 2-0. Top 16, Brenda Moreau 2-0. And then Lisa Yee in the quarterfinal 2-1. She just defeated.
Oh, this could be a big moment for Carly. Finds a 7 to keep the leg alive, otherwise was completely in control of the other direction.
I feel like we could have easily had 9 or 10 9 marks already on the board, or on the stream so far. But look at this from Andrea Taylor. Try to do a little bit more than a typical coffin shot.
A coffin plus. and pretty much favored to take this first leg on the board, only needing one on the return here. Carly, with that aggressive strategy, just never got that opportunity, never got that let up from Taylor that she was kind of banking on there with the shot selection. Not to say that she's underestimating her opponent. That's the style she likes to play. I believe it was Lauren Ivers I just saw her play finally against on the soft tip side of the affair not too long ago, where she went around, started going these aggressive closes, and eventually that person just never let up, and Lauren takes the win there. That's the risk of going for those aggressive close first types of strategies.
Well, we have a finalist on the men's side of the bracket.
Jimmy
Jones. Defeats Jeff Smith 2-1, averaging a 4.11 in the process. Jimmy Jones, out of the list of 380 players that signed up to play in this event, he would not have been probably the top 40 of the players that people would have probably picked out. That being said, just got a C2C tour card, averaging 90 in the match to actually get the tour card. So Jimmy more than capable of being in this position, and it's great to see him going from soft tip and EDC, where he played well in New Orleans, to now in Las Vegas, playing really well in the steel tip side, defeating Jeff Smith, and now he's a finalist in the men's singles cricket.
Jimmy's been playing more darts than ever. We'll get a little bit more on him, but he's just one of those guys I keep seeing at events after events after events. Doing well, and also spoiling the fact that we could have had an all-international final in the cricket event, which is a crazy possibility when you have Jeff Smith and Joel Hizzen as a possibility for the final.
Yeah, that is the other semifinal that is currently ongoing. Jason Brandon up 1-0 on Joel. Jason Brandon averaged a 4.94 in leg number 1.
Ooh. Taylor's doing a good job of controlling her throw. It was a lax start. 1 mark follows 1 mark, and then went up and popped a 6. This time getting the 19s close. Maria Carly just trying to get a foothold in this one, as Taylor's kind of been on the attack through and through.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, the right people, the right real American Mickey Mouse names and all of that would be great for a singles cricket final. Jason Brandon versus Jimmy Jones.
You're not wrong.
The General versus Southern Comfort. Fayetteville, North Carolina, taking on Cowan, Tennessee. It doesn't get much better than that. But JB has to get the job done against Joel Heisen for that to be a reality.
Well, and again, we talked about the potential all-international affair on the men's side, but on the women's side, that could have been a possibility too. Welsh versus Canada, or Wales versus Canada, excuse me.
Still is a possibility. It's not over with yet. Maria Carly can still come back and win this, surprise, surprise. But she does have a little bit of work left in order to accomplish that goal. And I know that you knew that, Nick.
I was speaking on the men's side. It wasn't a possibility.
Yeah.
I will never preordain anything.
Well, especially Maria Carly in a match.
Oh, absolutely. How much you consider to the I mean, I don't think the single 20 would have been worth it there. You were only going to take the look off if you found 2 trebles, which she did find on the third dart there, finding 7. Good shot there. 69-point difference. Goes for the pop there. And that's a good collect.
Well done from Andrew Taylor to get back that point lead, especially after the pressure that Maria Carly put on her there.
Find just 3 on the 15s. Want a little bit more on that shot. Taylor, I want to see a little bit of a push off on this 20.
And she does get 3. You can see the rhythm that Maria throws with. It has a rock to it, but it's all in a very smooth, rhythmic throw. Gets that 4-point lead. Andrea staying up there. And only gets 20 points. Opportunity. This is just one of those moments where anything is still possible.
Then again, as soon as you say that, Taylor's going to go ahead and just start finding some triples.
Well, a 7 mark was possible, too.
I guess that qualifies under anything.
Yep. Does regain control.
And Carly has gotten better and better throughout this match and has gotten tighter and tighter groupings. Last start, they're just barely getting away, and you can see the reaction, knowing that Taylor could absolutely put themselves in pole position. This is an aggressive look. Yeah, that was a big move to try to stay for the 16. Would have preferred to switch back to the 20 on the last tier, knowing that Carly will now have an opportunity potentially to get the 20s. Stays for 5, but now has a 13-point lead. This is a classic 3-mark situation. Single 20 for 2 16s.
And, I mean, just dead center on the 16. Not even a doubt that was not going to go. But
game darts for Carly.
Yes, it is. Not no mo.
Wouldn't mind a close on the 20. But if you're going to do it, you should have done on the second dart, though. Because that single does not help the cause. Taylor, since you're sitting on match point, you would have to imagine is going to go for some 20s.
Yeah, no reason not to.
Still plays it aggressive, though, and grabs 2 bowls.
Well, and it's because another 20 there, single 20 did not add an extra bowl. So in that play, the marks counted more by going at the actual bullseyes.
Carly, if you're showing the frustrations here, knowing that this one might just be done and dusted, kind of wings at the last one. Taylor to make another finals appearance. Scratch that. She was a semi in the last one.
Yeah.
Apologize.
Yeah, she was. I mean, she might as well have made that final because she was almost more excited than if she had done it
for
herself.
her opponent.
One of the more moving moments of the tournament. Just how visceral that reaction was. All right, asking the question. Can you hit one bullseye?
Taylor would like to think so.
I would say yes.
So would Taylor.
She does. And Andrea Taylor is a finalist. She will take on Eve Watson of Wales in the finals. So we got American versus Wales for the women's side of things. For the men, we're still awaiting the second semifinal. The first finalist, though, is Fayetteville, North Carolina's Jimmy Jones, the general. Jason Brandon, Joel Heisen are in a point battle of all point battles right now, down to the 15s. Jason Brandon almost at 1,000 points total. But we'll have the conclusion of that right here. So you can see the look on it, Dart Connect-wise, in full screen.
Jason Brandon in a great position to potentially lock it up, but doesn't close the 15s here.
Didn't do a whole lot there at all.
Yeah, Joel with the opportunity. Won't be able to regain the point lead and grab the close, though.
Math.
Yeah.
Which is funny coming from me.
Now Jason Brandon should be able to grab these 2 15s and get in pole position with the bowl.
He might win the match right here.
That's the goal, but you're just there's the first goal, which is what you need to do, and the second goal of what you want to do. Do you know what that was for me? First goal was be a USA Darts commentator. The real goal is commentate for anywhere else. I'm just kidding. I
Which
love it
you've been
here.
in the process of doing.
No, I kid.
And I just want to say to you in that endeavor, good riddance.
Jason Brandon, 2 bowls for a 2-0 win here against Joel.
In an All-American final.
Yeah.
About as American as it can get. And there it is. Jason Brandon does win that second semifinal, so The finals are set. The ladies, it is Wales' Eve Watson taking on the Texan, and Andrea Taylor. And then for the men's side of things, Fayetteville, North Carolina's Jimmy Jones will be taking on Cowan, Tennessee's Jason Brandon. It looks like we're going to get the men's final up first, potentially. So we'll be back with that right after this short break. Don't go anywhere. It started with 381 players, and now we are left with 2. Sean Green and Nick Teixeira here from USA Darts Productions. Live coverage at the Las Vegas Open. Men's singles cricket, this is the final. Nick, we have 2 All-Americans, and Jimmy Jones and Jason Brandon doing battle here with Maddox doing the chalking.
Well, the one constant has been Maddox doing the chalking. This final is the most American final in cricket final history, as I'm looking forward to seeing it. To give you some insider information, as I was walking over there, I was talking with Jimmy. All of a sudden, Jason Brandon walks up, and he is smiling. He was so happy to see Jimmy made it to the finals there, and is looking forward to this matchup. I think we're going to see some loose, really fun, high-octane gameplay from these gentlemen today.
Yeah, I don't know about how loose and fun they're going to be as they step up to the Yaki, but they were friends before the match. They're going to be friends after, and if one of them does a fantastic thing, you're going to see a fist bump between the 2 players as well. Jimmy, one half of the duo in New Orleans to win a doubles title. Of course, the other half of that was 14-year-old Jax Bartlett.
And so far, Jimmy kind of coming out a little cold in this one, as he was first up to the board, throwing warm-up darts immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been ready to go for a hot minute. Defeated Jeff Smith in the semifinal. In fact, his road has not been the easiest one. Again, Jeff Smith in the semifinal. George Daniels in the quarterfinals, he defeated. Elliot Milk in the top 16. Ron Gaiman in the top 32. And Kevin Collins in the top 64. And if you thought that was a tough one, how about Jensen Walker for Jason Brandon in the top 64? Dustin Holt in the top 32. Atushi Takuchi in the top 16. Mike Newbert in the quarterfinal. And then, of course, Joel Heisen in the semifinal to get to this point.
They're kind of playing around on these 18s so far, having trouble collecting big ones on it. Jimmy Jones finally getting some points on the board, though.
Carter's saying some truthful stuff.
Darts is cool. Yeah, I agree.
Jason Brandon got so excited. That's a 7 mark.
Can you mark it on your sheet? I took the over on 18.
He did take the over on 18. We're at, for those of you keeping track at home, 4.
For the stream. for the stream.
Yeah. Not overall, but for the stream. Way more than 18 as the total for the tournament. Guaranteed.
Oh, Brandon hates the position of that first start.
Hates so much he's talking to it.
I kind of shanked the second.
He's like, fine, I'll go point again.
Is that how we would have said it?
Pretty much like that.
Well, the general going to have to get some magic going on the 17s. Has not shown fully what he's capable of yet, as he played excellent against Jeff Smith.
Man, look at that back there. You want to talk about one of the fans of darts, the heiress, who sold merch all day long, is now collecting in the atmosphere of the darts, sitting back there watching this match from as far away from anybody as possible.
Actually, I believe that's Alex Spellman, as he says, Jimmy and I are rooming together, and he's watching the final while eating in the room. That's as far away as possible, while still being here.
That's fair. Alex, great support from you.
That's a roommate if I've ever seen one. Jason Brandon doing a good job of controlling this leg so far. Love the utilization of the bulls. It's different when we talk about cricket in the soft tip world versus the steel tip world, because you expect the bulls to be used a little bit more often than the 16 and 15 pockets. Sorry about that. I left my boat horn on.
It did kind of sound like a boat horn. Those were some good vibrations. And that's 5 16s. It really counts as 3 16s for Jason Brandon. Staying in control. I don't think Jimmy liked the lie of the first one. Does find a 5 mark on the 15s, but here in leg number 1, controlling the high ground of the 20s as masterfully as JB has done that has kept him really in control.
He's going to grab this first leg here.
Yeah, he does exactly that.
1, 2, and 3. It is first of 3 legs here in this final. Early jump for Jason Brandon. Jimmy Jones just need to go settle in. He started aging better and better throughout that first leg. You expect that to kind of transgress into this one. Transcend, not gress.
Well, I transgress. And that's not even the right thing either. See, now we're even. Dustin Bauer asking, does Danny Levy not play anymore? He does. He's a PDC professional. So, yep, he plays in the UK quite often.
He does not really play in as many North American events right now because of that. Because he lives in the UK right now.
Yep. Even though I do think that he is back across the pond home right now. But that's just by coincidence, not because of him not being here.
34-point separation. Jimmy Jones is going to be on defense for the 20s now. He's taking the move. Popping a big single in there. Would have probably preferred to stay up just a little bit more, just knowing how Jason Brandon loves opportunities like these.
I see what you're saying. I think that was a pretty safe route. Just because the treble 20 also is a little bit daunting.
Sorry about that. I really can't.
First time's an oopsie. A second time is a shame on you scenario, so we apologize. Huge shout out to the birthday girl, Ashley Ritchie, in the chat. Jimmy does point ahead and get the 19s closed.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
This is a race to 3 in the final. Go ahead and remind all of our viewers at home that have been watching along and are expecting it to be a race to 2. We want to thank everybody for joining us, especially if you're on the East Coast, as it is 12:46 local time there. And if you're across the pond, God bless you.
I didn't sneeze.
As it is 5 in the morning. Sorry, 5:46 in the morning. So, guten Morgen, if you're a German living in the UK.
Well said, Sean Green.
Gracias.
You can see Brandon abandoning the 17s going to the bowl after the first start. He's really not liking the position on his high darts there. Jimmy Jones has a full opportunity to continue to control this leg. He already did it with that big 6 mark on the 20s and 18s earlier.
Yeah, both players on their throw have been masterful about controlling the 20s and thus controlling the entire match.
And that's the name of cricket. It's about dictating where your opponent has to throw more so than it is dictating your own darts half the time. You're going to throw at what you're going to throw at. But if I can make my opponent throw what I want them to throw at, it works out well. We saw that with Ram and Joel earlier.
Which, by the way, Ram knew exactly right away that he let Joel bait him into some of those decisions. Because that was immediately what he said to us. I guess Danny went back to England earlier in the week, so he's back across the pond. That's an insider information.
Well, 3 bowls away for Jimmy Jones to make this one apiece. Jason Brandon trying to mount a defense on the bowls for an outside opportunity in this one.
All right, let's talk one of the storylines here, Nick. As Jimmy looks like he's going to win leg number 2. Maybe.
Eventually.
Still not winning darts for Jason Brandon.
What's the storyline?
Jason Brandon got the darts to start off the match. Okay? It's alternate start, so they will continue to alternate start. So Jason Brandon should have the throw in the last leg decider. So far in this tournament, Jason Brandon has not lost a single leg on throw.
That's an impressive stat.
And in this case, in this situation, Jason Brandon needs 5 marks to steal leg number 2 from Jimmy Jones.
Yeah, a shot that Jason Brandon had no expectation of having, but is going to try to capitalize on.
It was a missed big number. He's not going to get the job done. I like the 17s first. I know you're going to say that.
You have to shoot 17s first there. Those 2 singles would have gotten you close and still given you a game of dart there.
Yep.
Instead, didn't give himself the opportunity. Jimmy Jones now just needs 2 17s.
That being said, 2 17s instead of 120 is maybe the thinking process there at the end of the day. But Jimmy Jones does take out leg number 2. 1-1 score line. But yeah, Jason Brandon 100% with the darts.
Raw draws Ryan Watson in the chat. new sponsor of Alex Spellman.
There you go.
We got to see him win an amateur championship at that DPFL live event.
Man, how tempting is it just to close the 20s? With how well both players have dictated. Like right now, close 20s.
You're only going to take one dart at the closing of the 20 here. I don't think you'd do it on the first switch. You stay for 2, then take the look, and that second dart didn't go in on the 19th, so you had to stay for all 3. I like the shot selection there from Jimmy Jones. And now you get to shoot all 3 at the 20s because Jason Brandon had a rare, well, as Jen would put it, flatline.
So Jimmy is known as the General. If you call 1-800-GENERAL, you can get some insurance.
That's why he's always on his phone.
He's an insurance agent.
No, he's the General. Clearly. Hey, Sean, do you know where the General keeps his armies? Up his sleeveys. Does get the close on the 20s and continues to push off the point lead on the 19s. And look at that. Jason Brandon finding a 6 mark on the 18s there. Continuing to fight along. Good stuff indeed.
Why do you have to dad joke me in the final of the men's singles cricket?
Jason Brandon
At 9:30, 9:51 Vegas time.
I apologize for being
which
too
is basically
funny.
1 a.m. my time.
Good 5 mark there from Jason Brandon. It's still been back and forth in this leg so far.
We'll see what moves Jimmy has left under his sleeveys.
Are you okay?
No.
I'm sorry.
7 mark from Jason Brandon. It's definitely going to put a lot of pressure on this now. I would say it's actually giving him control.
One thing I do love about Jimmy Jones in particular, though, is the fact that he is so good about, like, yeah, he'll put pressure if he misses on himself. He does not really accept pressure from opponents. It's only inward and never outward.
Man, it's so weird that they were going to say the facial hair.
Huh?
Was what you liked about Jimmy. His facial hair.
I think his personality.
Do you think his chin gets cold?
Someone's screaming in the background right there. Did you hear that?
Really loudly.
Yeah, I don't know what happened over there. And even JB was just like, all right, yeah, that was something. Only matches going on out there are blind draw matches.
Yeah, intensely, I guess. We're still hearing some shouting and stuff going on.
Yeah.
And
taking an extra moment here. I don't blame him. Just get resettled, block it out, and then get settled in. Maddox,
still loud.
Maddox pointing to the crowd and giving them the blicky.
I like it. At least he didn't turn it sideways, go for the kill shot. But Jimmy does settle back in. Gets 5.
Great regroup there.
You can still hear commotion off camera, which is just interesting.
I remember my first time in Vegas.
That means that it has to be so loud because our camera, it would have to be picked up on just the board mic, which, by the way, is covered by the dartboard.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
Hat trick there for Jimmy Jones to keep the outside opportunity alive in this leg, but Jason Brandon more than likely going to take this one.
Ooh, it's harder now.
Yeah,
ooh, it's easier now.
I was going to say, but then he's going to hit that pivot every time.
Pivot. 102 scored.
Jimmy's not going to give up on this, though. Going to push, push, push. That one, he was like, all right, now I'm ready to give up on it. As he blocked himself out of the bull there. Jason Brandon needs one more bull there, sir.
2 + 1 = 3.
How about
how
4?
About 4? Well, that's overdoing it, sir. But it is a 2-1 lead, and another hole to throw for Jason Brandon, who has continued to be perfect doing so. And he will get the throw in the last league decider if it goes the distance.
Of course, Jimmy Jones going to go for speed here.
To make sure Jason Brandon's not all alone in that last league decider.
Solid start there from the general, commanding his darts to go into the 20, finding 7 of them.
Dana, no, this is not Trish. This is Jason Brandon taking on Jimmy Jones.
Seven mark right back there from Jason Brandon. Jimmy looking to attack. He already gets the blow in there and then goes right back to the 20. Beautiful 5.
Oh, maybe Dana's talking about who's being super loud.
No, that was before that happened.
See if Jimmy stays aggressive here. Nope. Stays on the 20s, which is the smart play, if we're being fair. JB, an opportunity to attack these 18s, get a lot of points out of them. Only 54 of them.
This is a good moment here for Jimmy. You expect him to take a little bit of a swing. He had a smile on his face walking up to the board here.
The pratfall, Scott Hanish in the chat saying y'all quit with the puns before I got to come back over there.
He misses on the last and then
Another big number.
making Jason laugh there. It was 2.
Yep.
It was 2.
Yep.
It was 2.
Oh, they gave him the close.
It was 2.
It was definitely 2. Jason actually advocated for it being 3.
Oh, if he says it.
And I don't think that... I don't know there. It was definitely 2.
But
I think you got to be Maddox in that situation. You got to be a little bit more forceful in the fact that you were up close and saw it.
It is a different story, though, if it was Jimmy advocating for that versus
100%.
Jason.
1,000,000%. Correct. Yeah, I definitely do not question that at all.
No.
And I think if Maddox is such a sweet human being that he just was like, oh, all right.
You're thinking about this wrong. Jason Brandon did that intentionally because he likes the challenge.
Ah.
You can clearly see that on his throw right here.
As he gets rid of the 20s right away. And then now trip 17. And almost set off some dynamite. But now in control against the throw.
Despite handicapping himself, he has put himself in a great position.
Big time Jimmy Jim for the 9. Boom goes the dynamite for the general. Number 5. We're almost to that over number of 18. We got 13 left to go. Come on, Jason and Jimmy.
If we hit the over at this point, it will be the most incredible
It would be the most incredible darts you've ever seen in your life by these two players.
No, we agree with you, Chad. But it's up to the players and the chakra on the stage to make those calls here.
Five mark gets that point lead back for Jimmy. It's gone. Faster than I can actually say that sentence. Who is going to be the champion of the singles cricket? Jason Brandon from Cowan, Tennessee, or Jimmy Jones?
He should say in the 16s. He can't miss them.
He cannot miss the trip 16s, but he sure can miss the 17s.
Jason Brandon now going to be on the attack again.
And now he's like, I'm not leaving the 16s. And he doesn't. Massive 6 mark. But one more opportunity here for Jimmy. Cannot find the treble on dart 2. Only closes them. And again finds that treble 17 first dart and second dart.
Beautiful 7. Almost expected that last dart to go in with the form he's finding right now. He likes to play with a challenge.
Well, as soon as that situation happened, this whole entire leg has turned on its head. And now Jason, 5 marks away from the title.
Gets the 215s there right to the bowl. No reason to mess around with it, knowing that he's 5 bowls ahead on the math. Plus the 3 to close.
John, to be honest with you, that would be really confusing if he did that.
2 bowls needed, though. Jason Brandon
For the title.
finds 1. Needs 1 more. And does it successfully there. Jason Brandon gets the win over Jimmy Jones in the final. The true American final. As it was all poised up to be. Great throwing from both these gentlemen there. Jason Brandon, though, will remain victorious today.
Yeah, 381 came. 1 remains, and it is Jason Brandon from Cowan, Tennessee, your champion of the singles cricket here at the Las Vegas Open in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the Tuscany Suites and Casino. Coming up next, our last match on stream for this evening. It is the women's final of singles cricket, and it features Eve Watson of Wales taking on Andrea Taylor of Texas. We'll be right back with that right after this.
Here we go. It's time for another final here at the Las Vegas Open at the Tuscany Suites and Casino here. Looking forward to what should be another great matchup. Andrea Taylor making the stream board once again. Eve Watson, a tough competitor in her own right, going to try to continue to do damage here. This should be a good one. As I'll be honest, I'm favoring Watson here a little bit. Just maybe I'm biased because I always cheer for the people I chalk for, but she played incredible against Paula Murphy, although she has been sitting for a little while now.
Yeah, quite a while. And you wonder if that's going to play a role in this or not. I can tell you I doubt it. She seems about as right-minded as you would expect any individual to be. At 10:05 in Las Vegas. So really expecting big things. It just depends on the strategy, too. Because the wrong strategy can really bite you in this game. And we've seen it where she's been able to escape bad strategy so far. Can she do it again here in this race to 3 in the final against one of the best?
Yeah, it's going to be a tall task no matter how you really frame this one here. But it's just something about the way those darts are flying. Maybe it's just those fancy Daytona fires, but they are just looking good. One of those darts that really took the world by storm, about 5-10 years ago. And now a dart you don't see as often. Very aggressive on the grip.
Yeah, they really took the world by fire.
Yes, they did.
Eve does have the second highest average in this tournament with 3.06. Andrea sitting fourth with a 2.98, so really not a whole lot in between them as they get to this final. I expect it to go the distance, 3-2 final score line, and I think it's going to favor the person who started in leg number 1, which would be Andrea in this case.
Of course, Andrea also has another buff, matching not only the hair to the hat to the jersey, but also the shoes.
Yep. I'm surprised it took you this long to mention the shoes.
Normally my eyes are on the dartboard, sir. Mine's the 17s with ease, though. Going to take a swing. Does take a swing and capitalizes on it. Beautiful 6 mark there from Taylor.
Let's see what Eve does. Great 4 mark on the 15s. Interesting skip of the 16s. She's done that quite a bit. I think that just points out maybe her disdain for the 16s potentially.
It was a disdain for that first start of the 16s. It kicked up and almost completely blocked the bed.
Kind of like that?
Exactly like that.
Well, she makes it work this time because she's... Wow, what a 6 mark off of that.
And for our reactions there, it's because of how hard it is to do it from that angle on the off shot there. Was great collect. And putting Taylor under a little bit of pressure here. Doesn't get the close on the 16s. I think she was a little too aggressive on the switch, too. I would have preferred one more sin, the 7s. Watson now, outside opportunity. Good 5 mark there. The battle is still on here, Sean.
Yes, it is. I'm trying to think about whose motion does Eve Watson's throw remind me of. It's a professional.
Probably Eve Watson.
But, it's the way that she brings the dart up to her eye line. With purpose. And I can't remember exactly who it is. Chat, help me out. Who is it? You know who it is.
Taylor tried to grab the balls on the first. Does get secure that close on the 16. But Eve Watson with a good opportunity here. Gets 2 balls on the board. Puts pressure on Taylor to hit all 3 here.
Yeah, that's the question. Now needs the double. And doesn't get it. So Eve, 2 bowls away from breaking the throw in leg number 1 of the final.
And Eve only needs 1 more now. Can use that dart as well. Does do so. 2 bowls there. I like that you said chat would know, and then they've given 3 different names.
Which
so
is
far.
fine. James Wilson is the one that I think probably stands out a little bit. It's not Schindler or Gary.
Oh, and that's going to be an opening there from Eve. Eve's been pretty solid about getting that initial close out of the way. Basically relinquishing the throw if Taylor gets the close here. Oh, that second dart sailed up. I almost would have preferred a conservative last start just to guarantee it. But another opportunity. So that was only a 2 mark right back. A little bit of ice, a little chilly in the room. Who's going to heat up first in leg number 2?
Right now, the high ground's gone. Eve not able to take advantage of the 20s. And only a 2 mark on the 19s. Opportunity really here for Andrea. You can see her trying to steal the 19s, which I like that play. Only gets it closed, though. Oh, that might be Andy Hamilton.
He fails to get that big single close, trying to go right at it. Playing a game of cat and mouse, chasing the tail.
It's Robert Thornton. Robert Thornton. Yeah, for everyone, I was thinking of Robert Thornton, for the record. Now tell me I'm wrong.
Chalk match now onto the 17s. No one able to get a push away here. Just 3 big singles. Will we continue the chase or will we start to change it up here? Continuing the chase it is.
This is a really weird version of this game right now.
This is Gentle Ladies Agreement.
When's it going to change?
Right
now. When the first treble goes in.
As soon as we started talking about it, it was going to change there. But Eve wasting no time going right for the 15s.
I bet we do not see Andrea go for the 16s. Oh, she did.
You can see Dita Hedman right in the back watching along here.
Yeah, how cool is that?
Just the bare minimum on that turn. Gets the close. Taylor will have an opportunity here. Down 1 point. That's an awkward second dart. And yeah, had to switch on that last.
Now Eve going right at the Bulls. Opportunity very much here for Andrea to steal leg number 2.
Needs to find a double. Doesn't get the double. You have to stay there. The single doesn't help. Single in the 16, that is.
Yep.
And Eve, you just know she's keen to attack this. Needing one more bowl.
Falls into the 16 anyway. Well, now big opportunity here for Andrea. Did Andrea win leg number 1 or lose?
She lost the lead number 1.
Why do I not remember that for some reason? Okay. Well, to break
Because
right
you were
back.
thinking of professional dart players that compared to throw to the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Single 16.
No!
Doesn't go.
Opportunity just giveth away. Oh, does find the treble. And hits the bull. 2-0 lead here for Eve Watson.
Taylor giving some props there. You're going to feel a little gutted about missing that single. And Eve having a little bit of a wry smile. Taylor's going to need to course correct. That leg was definitely no foothold in, just pushing along down the line, which is how Eve likes to play, for the record. She doesn't want to get into a point battle. She wants to just close numbers.
That was an interesting last start to the 17s.
I would have preferred the move along the Aki to get a better angle rather than hitting the cover. Because now Taylor, if gets 319s, it's effectively a wash of a turn.
Does find the treble 20, though. Good last.
There, again, questionable in the shot selection. Quick to move to the 17s. No points gained. Taylor should be able to close the 19s on this turn.
They gone. I like to try to steal the 17s route, but I think Eve's going to like that too, because now she can just attack hard and then steal the 20s, get rid of that. And Andrea knows how much that hurt.
Yeah, but that 80 points makes this a lot more interesting. I want to see Taylor attack right back at the 17s in this given scenario here.
That's exactly what she's doing now.
Does collect. '18s are a grab, but Taylor again, 2 mark on the approach here. We'll grab the 18s, continue to hold that 80-point lead. Those 80 points on those 20s have been ever so helpful.
Does her job there and gets rid of those. But now we're on to the 16s.
Which has been a sweet spot for Eve Watson.
And hits 7 of them.
Now Taylor needs to attack the 15s here, hoping for a 6 mark. Cobra combo across the bottom.
It's amazing how quickly pressure gets put on in this game.
Especially when you're playing it this close.
And we'll see if Eve goes 15s. Yeah.
Not surprising given her strategy. Although that second dart got away, and the stay there is what's the hard part about that shot. Because now Taylor just needs a single, and they can go right back to the 16s if she so desires.
Yeah, gets the treble. Stay there now. Goes for the double and goes outside. I hate nothing about the play except for the outside result of the double. Caroline Johnson says, really enjoying Eve's play. Yeah, she plays at a fun pace. It's a great release, great dart that she throws.
And there an opening shows up again. Eve with another chance here. Should be able to get the 15s grabbed in the stern. She wants to. You can see the hesitation looking at the scoreboard real quick.
Should look at it, and even Andrea's pointing at the 15s. Yeah. Gets the trip for single on the last dart, but it's enough to be in control going into the bowls.
For a potential 3-0 win. And Taylor needs discipline on these bowls to stay true. No reason to close at 16 because you know Eve doesn't want to shoot it. She doesn't want points. She wants to get the close for the win.
One more for the title.
Gets it done there. Eve Watson, a 3-0 victory, and Taylor quick to congratulate an opponent once again, as that was a in-style 3-0 win from Eve Watson.
That was a Welsh walloping of Andrea Taylor there from Eve Watson.
Good alliteration.
Great darts there from Eve, and honestly excited to see what she can do the rest of this weekend, because if that's any testament to it, she's going to be a tough opponent in these WDF events.
WWE
and
events.
Probably WWE
well, I mean,
events.
We're getting a muscle flex right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I knew.
We have some great events going on tomorrow morning. The Las Vegas Open Gold 501 Singles WDF event. That's going to be an absolute banger to watch.
Yeah, guys, think of it like this. It's like the Super Bowl of this weekend. It's like the Super Bowl of American WDF darts. The winner gets to go to Lakeside automatically for their spot. Last year they went to Jacob Taylor. This year, with him not being here yet, I'm going to assume it's going to go to someone new.
We're going to have to find out. That's the whole reason we play it out, right? I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing some great darts, some great action. We saw some today, Sean. We had some great moments. You can see the hall still full, playing some blind draw action. Good stuff in front of us here.
Yeah, and it's been a great opening day here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll be back in action tomorrow around so make sure you tune in around then, and we'll have some great darts heading your way. From Sean Green, Nick Teixeira, and Will Stewart, USA Darts Productions, we hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your evening. Thank you for tuning in with us, and we will see you bright and early in the early morning afternoon for those on the East Coast. Have a great night.